Good day, YouTube. Today's topic is, what about when you joined the Air Force between the ages of 30 and 39? About 2.5 years ago, the Air Force said we are going to change the entry level age we're going to increase it up to 39 years old. And I have a friend of mine who I told, he was 38 years old, and he thought I was joking. Next thing you know, he joined the Air Force Reserve. So that's what I'm going to talk about, whether it's active duty or reserve. I'm going to share with you some of the thoughts that I think it's a really good option. Is there an answer that goes across the board? The answer is no, because for some people it may be a good fit, for some others it may not. But here's a question that I'm going to ask you. Where are you in your life today, and where do you want to be in your life in 4 years or in 20 years? Think about that for a moment, and I'll tell you why I asked that question. But let me begin by saying that I consider myself a late bird, and I'll explain what I mean by that. I enlisted in the Air Force at 23, however, because of delayed enlistment, I went through basic training at the age of 24. In 1996, 20 years ago, when I was in basic training, I was probably the 5th oldest person in our training flight at basic military training. But that wasn't a big deal. I felt good. I felt young. Physically, I was able to do what the 18, 19, 20-year-olds would do. And most of the people were that age. But you really couldn't tell. You're just there, you're doing everything as a team, and you make it happen. So for you, if you're thinking about joining the Air Force between the ages of 30 and 39, I would say the number one factor to consider, this is my opinion, is the physical fitness. Because at basic training, you are going to do a lot of physical fitness activities. How's your body going to react to that? So in 2002, I had already left active duty and I was in ROTC. I went through field training. Fast forward 6 years afterwards, I was 30 years old. Again, I could do what these 20, 21-year-old cadets were doing physically. I passed everything. I was good to go. The difference is because you run so much at field training, which was at Lackland Air Force Base. Again, excuse me, my knees did hurt a little bit. You run on concrete, even though you have tennis shoes. So definitely monitor yourself, know yourself, because physical fitness is a big deal at basic military training, the enlisted side, or field training for the officer side. The next thing is, are you going to go enlisted or officer? For officer, you have to commission by the age of 35. So I'm going to focus more on the enlisted side in this video. At basic military training, BMT, the next thing you have to think about is the mental aspect. But here's what I'll say. The good news is if you are in your 30s, you have life experience or experiences, and you're there for a reason, like I was. And you're going to adapt quickly. At least I would recommend that you adapt quickly to the lifestyle of basic training. You do that, you should be good to go. You'll realize soon what works, what doesn't. You're there as a team. You'll also realize that sometimes whatever you do, you and your flight can't get it right. And that is because it's meant to be that way. It's meant to break you as an individual and build you back up as a team. So that's a good thing, because the first time I felt that team thing, and I've said this before, is when we were marching as a flight, week number 3, and instead of hearing a whole bunch of boots, steps, you could hear one. It sounded something like, and that gave me chills, because that was 50 people marching as one. It was a good feeling. Once you go to tech school, then it's kind of more, you're treated in a lot better way. Tech school is just, you're there, you're a student again, full-time student, you live in the dorms, and you get your job done, which is to finish your tech school so you can go to your first base. Like I said, I consider myself a late bird. I don't really think about that often, but I would rather say that it's better to show up late than never at all. Show up to the Air Force party late than never at all. For me, I joined at 24, and it's been 20 years, 6 months now. It's been a great ride. I have some other things that I want to share with you. Job training is one of the things that you will get in the Air Force. Whatever job it is that you get, you'll be trained, and then you'll go on and do that job. You can go active duty, go to reserve, so you have 3 options, which one's best for you. If you are willing to leave where you are and do something for 4 years or more, I would recommend that. I needed to leave Los Angeles, not because people were after me, but I just needed to do something different, a fresh start. And I did. And I thought I was going to come back after 4 years. And then I opened my eyes and said, hey, this is actually a lot of fun. More importantly, you get to serve our great country, the USA, in whatever capacity your job would be in the Air Force, wherever the Air Force would send you. You can have a lot of travel. I talked about teamwork. Teamwork is big in the Air Force. I would not say it's a perfect team, but it's a great team. Leadership, personal and team leadership. There is a lot of leadership opportunities that I have gained by watching my teammates, by taking classes, by taking Air Force classes. So leadership is a good thing. That includes growth. I have grown a lot. Even though I'm 45 now, 10 years ago, I've grown a lot since 35. 5 years ago, I've grown a lot since the age of 40. Medical benefits on the active duty side are incredible. I'm currently active duty on a 3-year tour, and medical is huge. Everything is taken care of for myself and for my family. The exception is I have to pay a dental every month, which is $30-something a month for my family. But is taken care of. My medical is taken care of. And so is my family's. Stability for a contract that you sign up, whether it's 4 years or 6 years, you will get paid. You will be taken care of. You will be trained. You'll have a job. And if you do a good job, other opportunities will follow. Here's what you can do is you can do 4 years, 6 years, or you can say like I did, I like it. I'm going to do 20 or 20 plus years. Remember the question I asked when I began this video is, where are you today in your life? And where do you see yourself in 4 years or 20 years? Let's just say you're 35 years old, making that up. And you think there could be improvement in your life or lifestyle, and you were to join the Air Force, let's just say active duty. You could serve a career of leadership, serving your country, be taken care of, teamwork, doing a lot of great things, not only for the Air Force, but for yourself, and then retire at 55. That is an example of a vision. I'm 45 years old now, and I went to a retirement ceremony yesterday. My friend retired, I think he's 40, actually he's 46, so he's 1 year older than me. And most of my friends who are between the ages of 38 and 43 or have passed their 43rd birthday are retired. Another example of me being a late bird. I could retire right now, but it would be a reserve retirement because I have 20 years, 6 months of service, but I have 12 years and almost 6 months of active duty time. I'm trying to still work on increasing my active duty time. So when I get my retirement down the road, it is a worthwhile retirement. There's many other things that you can do. You can invest with the thrift savings plan, or you can invest on your own. Some of you are already doing that, which is great. Where are you with your life today? If you're watching this video, it's because you may be considering the Air Force. It's a great option. I've been enlisted and I was able to commission. I've been active duty, reserve. Now I'm on a 3-year active duty tour for the reserve. I know it's kind of confusing, but it's been a good career. Better late than never. If you have any questions, definitely ask them. I answer most of the questions, and it's my pleasure to do this. Have a great day. This I bought last night at a thrift shop. $6. Beautiful Air Force Falcons. Air Force Academy is just down the road from where I live. It's a size medium. I prefer a large. When I saw it, it's in mint condition. I already washed it, and I'm wearing it for this video. And I prefer a large, so if I change my mind and like it's a little bit snug, then I'll just hand it over to my wife or my daughter. It's going to stay in the family. I love the Air Force. It's what you do, whether it's 4 years or 20 plus years in your career. If you are in your 30s watching this video and you're focused and you have a vision, the Air Force will take you a long way. I hope it's been helpful. Have a great day. Go Air Force.